I want you all to think about this. This is really ironic. God sends out his prophets to warn people about global catastrophes that are going to happen upon the lands, and people laugh at these prophets and people ignore the prophets. Then the prophet comes into fruition and millions of people or thousands of people die, and the outcome of that is people don't believe in God because all these people died, when really it's God that tried to warn them about what's coming to the lands. I want you guys to think about what I just said there and play it back if you have to play it back, and play it back slowly. A lot of people don't believe in God. I was sent a picture of the Holocaust, and this person is saying, well, if God was real, then he wouldn't have let this happen. This wouldn't have happened to all the people. This is the thing that's ironic. God sent out prophets to warn the Jewish people about what is going to happen on their lands, what's going to happen. He warned the Jewish people about Hitler. Prophets spoke to the Jewish people about Hitler and his rising and what he's going to do when he comes into power, because God warned the prophets about what is going to happen. And it was down to the people to either listen to the prophets or ignore the prophets. Those who listened to the prophets are those survivors that tell the stories about what happened during the Holocaust. Those who listened. Those who laughed at the prophets were those who got caught and captured and didn't survive. But it was God's warning. God will always give a warning about something that is going to be a global catastrophe. And he will give enough time for people to either sort themselves out, whether they've got to move, whether they've got to like what's going on, what's coming into fruition soon about the global blackouts, the power grid, when they pull that power grid down. And there were a lot of people that are laughing at prophets warning them about this. And these people that are laughing will not be laughing when they pull that power grid down. But this is the same kind of thing that happened during the Holocaust and during slavery. God sent his prophets to warn people to get out of certain areas, certain countries, certain towns, certain cities, because of what is coming. And it was always down to the people to listen or to not listen. And in modern day world now, people are warning you about what's coming, and it's down to you whether you want to listen to them or ignore them. But don't blame God once you see millions of people dying, because it's God that's tried to save millions of people. Like I've told you all before, God and the devil are having a war right now. And the devil moves his chess piece and God moves his chess piece. So the devil will say, okay, I'm going to put this pandemic here and I want to see how the people deal with it. And I'm going to push as many as my earth demons to talk people into not listening. And then God will put his chess piece there and say, okay, well, I'm going to move my earth angels to wake up the masses to show the massive what you're going to do. And let's see who wins. And that is how it is. That's the spirit. That is spiritual warfare. That is what is going on that you guys don't see. So don't blame God when millions of people die at a catastrophe, because God has done his part in warning you all through his prophets about what is going to happen. An earth angel's job is to save as many lives as possible through God's word, whereas an earth demon's job is to distract as many people as possible so that they die when the global catastrophe happens, and they do that on the devil's word. And that is spiritual warfare, and that's what's going on. And these are the things that would have happened in ancient times and in most recent times, like the Holocaust. Earth angels spoke to the people to convince them that Hitler is coming. He's going to do this and this and that. And if you don't move, leave this country or this city, you will be caught out. So don't blame God for catastrophes that happen, because God warns people to save their lives. Like I said, when they pull that power grid down, don't forget, we've been warning you guys for months to stock up on food and water. That is because God has told us to tell you to stock up. That is God trying to save lives. So when all those lives go and perish because that power grid is going to be down and people are starving and die of hunger and thirst, people cannot blame God, because God gave enough warning through his prophets about what is going to happen.